Hello, everyone. And there's nobody here yet. Hello, everyone. Hey, Flower Child. Good to see you guys. Susan, traveling solo. How are you guys doing tonight? Oh, we got 10 people, 12 people. So I'm just going to wait for a few more people to get on here and we'll just start a discussion. Ah, you look marvelous. What's your secret? Ha! Good genes. And lots of water and maybe a little bit of traveling. Glad you guys are doing good. Got 14 people. Hey, Tom. How's it going? You ready to get your RV yet? Hey, Alligator from Florida. Thanks for joining. Yes, Angie, a little bit of good living for sure. Susan, how's Lily? Oh, she's doing good. She's doing much better. Her tail has cleared up. The little wound that was on the end of it ended up being, I don't know, maybe she got bit by something, but it ended up being like a scab and it fell off. And yeah, looks good. Thanks for asking. Sporty Nat, hi from NorCal. Hello. I'm in SoCal right now. I was actually up your way not too long ago, just last week actually. Angie from Massachusetts. Oh, it's late there. Thank you for joining, even though it's so late. Don't forget to thumbs up, everyone. Thank you, Flower Child. Nick Spencer, Arkansas. Thanks for joining. David Merling, hi from Ohio. Hey, David. Good to see you here. Let's see, Sporty Nat. I travel in my van with my Yorkie, Rocco. Ooh, I love that name. What kind of a van do you have? Thanks, Tom. All right. Well, we're going to get started here. We're still having some people come in, but just like my last Q&A that I had, I don't know, about a month ago maybe? I don't have a real agenda. I just wanted to open it up for discussion. So you guys are always asking me some really great questions in the comments of my videos, and I just wanted to open it up and have an actual live chat about whatever you guys want to talk about. So fire away. I'm going to also try to limit this to 30 minutes. So it's 7:30. We started about 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. We'll end about 8 Pacific Standard Time. All right. Susan, thumbs up. Thank you. Angie, I'm jealous you're in SoCal. Oh, it's beautiful here for sure. I love it. Deb Priest. Hey, Amber from Texas. Hey, Deb. I'll be there, I don't know, sometime this next year. We're probably going to have a meetup there sometime. There's a bunch of you in Texas. Sporty Nat, 2001 American Cruiser RV van. Oh, cool. I don't know if I've seen that before. I'll have to look. Flower Child says, how's the Hymer? It's doing amazing. I think you guys knew I had a warranty item that had to be repaired, which was the roof vent. The crank wasn't working properly. It had been stripped out in the middle of it, and so it wasn't actually opening. So I got that fixed, and the awning clip that they forgot to attach during manufacturing, I got that one. So it's all good. Haven't had any other issues with it that I can think of. Nope. And I think the last time I talked to you guys too in our live stream, someone asked like what was something that I didn't really like about the Hymer, and it was my refrigerator. My refrigerator is, although it's small, which I knew it would be, it is a door instead of a drawer, and it makes it a little bit difficult in that galley kitchen with that tight space to get under there, get food in and out and stuff. So what I did actually, and I'll probably show this in an upcoming video, is I got those clear plastic like trays that you can stick inside the refrigerator. And I put all of my fruits and vegetables and food inside that so I can actually pull it out like a drawer now. So that's kind of my fix for not liking my refrigerator and not wanting to go buy a new one. All right, let's see. What do we have here? Carrie. Hey, Carrie from San Francisco. I missed you when I came through. Susan, yep, Texas meetup. Certainly going to have that at some point. Let's see. Angie asked, do you own a house before you went on the road? How did you do it? I'm trying so hard to get out from all of my stuff. How long did it take you to pack up? Any tips? So yes, I did own a house. I had only owned it for about a year, and it was furnished, and I was pretty stressed actually when I decided to sell my house. I bought the RV in one day, put my house up for sale the same day, sold the house in 4 days, and had a 30-day close. So it went very, very quickly, and you can imagine I was pretty stressed out about it. But I talked to some people in the RVing world, and they gave me some good advice, which was to sell all of the big stuff, put it all up on, I did Facebook garage sales and did a little bit on Craigslist, but mostly the Facebook garage sales were the best. And I sold all of my big stuff. And it was kind of funny because people would come in and like want to buy, like, say, the couch. And it was like my house was the IKEA store. They would just like walk through and say, oh, I want this, I want that. So it was really great. And I sold so much of the big stuff. And then I had neighbors who would come over and buy things from me. And then I had a garage sale to sell everything else, just one garage sale. And then everything else that didn't sell, I just kind of asked neighbors, like, do you want it, or do you want to buy like a bunch of stuff in bulk? And then everything else went to Goodwill. So it was the easier way to do it, as long as you don't get too hung up on maybe selling something for kind of cheap, because you're trying to sell things fast. But for me, I was really buying a better life, if you will. And so I took a lesser price for a lot of things. You're never going to get the price you paid for it, of course. So that's what worked for me. Let's see. How long did it take you to pack? Well, I had 30 days to get everything sold and get out. And I guess during that same time, I was packing everything in the rig the very last day. So I didn't have a storage either. I didn't get a storage. I didn't want to deal with the storage situation. So many people had told me that they had left, gotten on the road, put stuff in storage, and then decided that this was definitely the life that they wanted to have. And they had to come back and sell all of their stuff in storage. And I was like 95% sure that probably wasn't going to happen to me, and that this was a life that I really wanted and would be doing long term. So I didn't do the storage. So hopefully that helps to answer your question. If not, ask me a follow-up question. Let's see. Nick Spencer, ballpark guess, average mile per gallon. Yeah, great question, Nick. So the stock tires were all-weather tires, and it got, I'd say my highest was maybe 19.5 miles per gallon. Average was about 17.5. And then I took those tires off and got all-terrain tires recently, and I am sacrificing about 15% of that, so anywhere between 14.5 to 17 miles per gallon. Typically, it's more like 15-ish on average with the all-terrains. But for me, the all-terrains made sense because I boondock a lot. I don't stay in RV parks where it's potentially concrete. And so I'll go to national forests or BLM land, national parks, places where there's going to be dirt, mud, and rocks. So I felt like the all-terrains were a much better option for me, and I was willing to sacrifice the gas for it. Great question. Tom, how did your family react to you deciding to live in a van? I think it's awesome. Still shopping for an RV here, maybe a Class C. I think, I started out in the Class C, and so I don't think they were really shocked so much. They kind of know me. I kind of beat to my own drum a little bit. So they didn't say anything. I think they were excited for me and had questions, of course, about what that was going to look like. But I think they knew pretty early on, after I started RVing, that I wanted to downsize into the van, because I would talk about it all the time. I was 6 months after I started RVing, I was already looking at downsizing. So, yeah, I don't think that they had any problems with it. Let's see, Angie, and no regrets, I'm assuming. No. I'm not sure if your question is no regrets about going into RV life or downsizing, but on both accounts, I have zero regrets. I absolutely love my life. In fact, I was driving Highway 1 all the way down. You guys, if you've been following my my videos, I've been driving from Washington through Oregon and California, which you guys haven't seen very much of California yet, down the Highway 1, Pacific Coast Highway. And I love the ocean. It's my happy place, and it's just beautiful. And just the other day, I was just sitting there marveling at what I felt like was a great life that I had built, and couldn't imagine doing anything different than this right now. And of course, you know, RVing has its challenges, just like living in a sticks and bricks house. I mean, it's just different though. But I would say overall, it's pretty sweet deal. So I like it. Let's see. XYZ Q&A. Are you divorced? Yes, I am. I'm not sure why you're asking that, but yes, I am. Jay Hunt. Hello, Amber. Have you... Oh, have to watch your replay on YouTube, NBA game on TNT. Oh, okay. That's more important than my live stream, so go right ahead. Carrie, I had to buy a generator this trip up to Oregon. Do you have one on the Hymer? How often do you need to use it? If so, Carrie, the Hymer comes with an under hood generator, and I don't typically have to use it very much unless it's some cloudy days, but I stay pretty full. I have lithium batteries, and then I have, I think it's 250 watts of solar on top, and that gives me everything that I need. I manage it pretty well throughout the day. Like I'll turn one lithium battery off, let it get charged up from the sun, and then flip on the other battery and turn that one off. And, you know, I kind of manage it pretty well though. But if there's some cloudy days, or if I haven't been driving very much, I will have to use the underhood generator. Or if I'm going to run the AC, which is not very much. I don't run the AC very much at all. I try to stay in weather where I don't need to do that. Let's see, Lisa, are you still eating plant-based? Yes, plus fish though. I was for a while just completely whole food plant-based, and I started adding in a little bit of fish only because, well, with my job before, I traveled a bit, and traveling and being plant-based can be very challenging sometimes, especially when you're with corporate executives and you're going to restaurants and you don't really sometimes get to pick them. And they don't always have really great options for vegans. And so I started adding fish back in. Fish isn't necessarily bad for you, except, well, I guess it's debatable, right? With mercury or farm raised. But anyways, besides that, it's not bad for you. And so I still eat fish every once in a while. Let's see, Carrie. Let's see, especially with the Instant Pot. Let's see, Carrie, was that in relation to the generator? Yes. I don't usually have to turn on the generator when I run the Instant Pot. It does pretty well. Now, when I run the Instant Pot, I will turn on both lithium batteries at the same time. So it just gives it a little bit more, well, I think it gives it more juice. I mean, scientifically speaking, that may not be true, but I feel better about it. And so that's what I do. Let's see. Angie. Oh my God, I love Highway 1. Yay. Okay, I'm sold. I'm getting rid of my junk. Yes, do it, Angie. It's amazing. I'm telling you. Highway 1 is amazing. Yeah. You'll see it. You've seen the Oregon stuff. You haven't seen all the California yet. It's pretty incredible. You'll like it. Nick, any concerns with your battery setup? I haven't had any concerns. I know some people who have purchased Hymers have had battery issues and inverter issues, but I haven't experienced any of that. Cross your fingers, knock on wood, no issues with that. So is there another specific question to that maybe you're thinking about with the battery, or is that just general? If so, give me another comment below, a follow-up. Dusty Wofford. Aw, that's my sister, guys. We're all watching you from Dallas. Yay! Thank you. Maybe you guys can answer the question of how you guys felt when I decided to live in a van. I don't know if you saw that earlier. You can comment below and be nice. David Merlin, any difference in ride quality with the all-terrain tires? I haven't experienced any difference. I feel like it's actually better, to be honest. And a lot of people think that it's potentially louder, and I haven't experienced that myself, but I don't know, maybe I'm losing my hearing or I play my music too loud. I don't know. So I haven't experienced that though, but I like it. I can definitely feel a difference when I'm going over rough roads or, dirt, rocks, things like that. And so I thought it was a much better ride. Even on a freeway, I thought it was better. So I really like it. Let's see, traveling solo. How do you like the Sumo Springs? Oh, well, that's a great question. So David just asked about the all-terrain tire. So not too long after I got all-terrains, I had the Sumo Springs installed when I was in Eugene, Oregon, and I got front and backs put on. Well, so Sumo Springs are on the back, and then they're traveling solo probably knows the terminology better than I do, but it's this rubber thing that goes in between the coils of your springs on the front, and it's supposed to provide a stiffer ride and potentially give you a little bit more height. Sumo Springs gave me about an inch more of height on the back, which I need. Well, I guess I don't really need it, but actually I do, to be honest, because it was better where the propane tank sits on the Hymer. The valve stem actually kind of curves down like this at an angle, and it's really low to the ground, which is quite unfortunate. When I tried to put propane in it the first time, they were having a really difficult time putting the hose and the connector onto the propane valve. And so I wanted to give it a little bit more height. And I don't think that I got the 3/4 height that people said that they were getting on the front end with those rubber things that go around the springs. It has provided a little bit of a stiffer ride. It's debatable on whether or not I really like the front ones. I'm still trying to decide. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a shake as I go uphill, but I don't get a shake any other time. So I'm not sure what that's about. I don't remember ever feeling that before I got those installed. So we'll see. But so traveling solo, to answer your question, I love the Sumo Springs. Going down Highway 1, I could definitely feel the difference because it's very curvy and windy through there. And I mean, you're doing a lot of turning. And so with the van, the way that the bumps were before, so they're called bumps. The bumps before had not as much, well, they were almost close to the suspension, but the Sumo Springs gave it an extra inch. And so your van doesn't, turn too much like this, right? That's how when you go around a corner, it'll turn a little bit. It stops that turning as much. So it gives it a little bit more stability and with turning. And then also if you're going over like bumps or whatever. So I really like it. I felt a huge difference, and I'm really glad that I purchased them. It was fairly inexpensive. I think I was like $200 and something, and then I got both of them installed for $82 when I was in Eugene, Oregon. So great question. Let's see. Hey, Dana, are you on your way here yet? Do you notice the difference with Sumo Springs? Oh, well, I just answered that. So didn't see your question until now, but yes. Flower Child, I grew up in Huntington Beach. Oh, that's just really close to here. Great place. I haven't been there yet, though. Richard Tapp, Kentucky here. What's up? Hey, Richard. How's it going there? I'm going to be out that way sometime this next year. Dusty, my sister, in answer to the question about moving in a van, she says, I'm crazy. Is that what you're saying? But she's so happy. So the crazy works with her. Oh, thank you. Now I know how you really feel. Let's see. Angie Grace, do you have pets with you? I do. I have one dog, Lily, and she's not over here by me. I forgot to bring her over here. She's actually in the front seat, which is a little hard to get to right now with the camera set up. So maybe next time I'll show you. But Lily, she's a 10-pound mutt. She's a Whippet, Chihuahua, Rat Terrier. I don't know. I adopted her when she was 4, and she's 11 now. So she's a good travel companion. Sits in the front seat and goes everywhere with me. She loves it. Let's see, Tom, what's the 3 biggest challenges living in an RV and full-time traveling? What's the 3 biggest joys of RV living? Oh, Tom, you ask me such hard questions. Let's see, 3 biggest challenges. Let's see. Maybe I'll start with like the 3 biggest challenges in the beginning, because they're not really challenges so much to me now, but I would say the 3 biggest ones were, one, I knew that I didn't want to be in RV parks when I traveled. So boondocking, you're laughing at me, Tom. I wanted to, be in national forest or BLM, out on the land, right? Free stuff, right? I'm frugal. It keeps my costs down low if I can find free places to stay. Plus, it's more beautiful than being in an RV park most of the time. So, the challenge is, making sure you have a place to stay every night. And I was a little bit nervous about that in the beginning, for sure. And I got used to it, though, finding places to stay. I feel like I'm much better at it now with a year and a half under my belt. So I have quite a few apps that help me out. I look at Google Maps satellites, if I know that there's a particular area where, like, when I was off the Highway 1, there's a lot of places that you can stay on overlooks and it's free and you're by the ocean. So I would look at Google Maps and kind of figure out where those spots were and go there. So I'm getting long with this question. Let's see, second biggest challenge, just learning RVing in general. And, the black tank, my original RV, I had the black tank, and I messed that up a couple of times. I spewed black tank stuff on me a couple of times. You figure out what to do and what not to do. And so that was a challenge. And let's see, gosh, what's another challenge? I'm sure there's something. Oh, probably getting over my fears, actually. I was nervous about doing it. Part of it was the learning curve. Part of it was boondocking in the middle of nowhere where it's completely dark out at night and you can't see hardly even in front of you. And being scared of every single little noise that was out there. Some of my RVing friends who are more experienced laughed at me a little bit in the beginning, but now I don't have a problem with it. I actually really love it. And it's fun to be out there in nature and be able to hear all those noises and see the stars. And they're really bright when it's dark outside. So I guess that was part of the challenge. Let's see. What was the other question? Oh, 3 biggest joys. Well, probably the one that I just said, which actually when I was off the Highway 1, it was really dark out one night, no lights anywhere, no city lights. And stars were shining bright, moon was shining onto the water. And I actually saw a shooting star that night. And I just was like, man, life is pretty good, like seeing this and being able to be out there and it just being so quiet and peaceful. And it was just beautiful. So I get a lot of joy out of that. I get a lot of joy out of just traveling in general and seeing like all these different places and meeting people. A lot of people think that being in, van life or being in an RV is lonely, especially if you're solo. And I have not experienced that at all. Like, I'm way more social than I've ever been in my entire life. I meet people all the time on the road. You guys know I'm a part of the escapers group, or escapees, whichever one, but escapers is the subgroup of escapees. So I'm in that, and I meet up with a lot of people on the road for escapers. And then just people I meet like from you guys and on my blogs and, different meetups like that. So it's actually pretty nice. Okay. Did I get 3 there? You have to call me out on that one, Tom. Susan, are you a member of Harvest Host? I am currently not a member of Harvest Host. I used to be. I really liked it. I started out with it because it was one of those where you can go anywhere in the nation and find a place to stay. If you guys are not familiar with Harvest Host is an app that you can get access to if you're a member. I think it's like $40 to $50 annually. And what they do is they get farmers who sell like fruit and produce or coffee roasters And then the big one mostly is vineyards and wineries. And so you can actually go and stay on their property for free. They only ask that you come in and purchase something from them in exchange for you staying there for free. So it's beautiful places and really great people to meet there. You can meet the owners and sit and have, wine with them or coffee or whatever. And it's kind of neat to meet everybody that way. But I found that I wasn't using it as much because I was on the East Coast last year. So I didn't actually renew it this year, but probably will again if I'm on the West Coast. Let's see. Arden Bailey. Susan and I are also watching from Dallas. Loved your Oregon videos. Oh, thank you. Hello from Dallas. That's actually where I'm from. Well, the Carrollton area. And my family still lives there. Tiff C. Hello from Hawaii. Hello. Thanks for joining. Nick Spencer. What system do you use to locate potential boondocking spots? So I use mostly, Camp and Diem. It's an app. It's free. That's a big one. I also use iOverlander, which is an app. That one is mostly going to be for people who have vans. It's tighter spots. It's more like street parking, street camping sometimes in cities. Not all the time. There's other spots like a national forest, but Camp and Diem is really great for finding RV parks or national forest or, anything that's free, also BLM. So those are my big ones. Freecampsites.net. That there's not an app, I don't believe at this time. I think they are making one, but at least for the iOS devices, I don't believe that there is one. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know that. But freecampsites.net is another one. Allstays is the other one. And then if I know that there's a particular area that is national forest or BLM land, I just go on Google Maps and check it out that way. There's also another one. Let me look at my phone really quick. Called Public Lands. And Public Lands, let me see if you guys can see this. So hopefully that doesn't get too pixelated. But you see those, hold on. You can see it's mostly on the West Coast. But those areas that are green and yellow, that's not working out right, is it? Let me try that. Anyways, it's not showing up very well there. But those areas actually show like what kind of land it is, whether it's BLM or national forest. And you can drill down into it pretty far, and then you can go online and figure out where you can stay. So it kind of gives you a nice map of the area. And you can find some spots that way. So those are the big ones that I use. All right. So Dana, I wish I was on my way, but haven't got out of my Saturday commitment. Aw. Well, maybe you'll be here next week, Dana. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Nomadic life with morning forest. So sweet to live out and about. Thanks. Yes. I'm assuming you are too with your handle that way. David Blaine. David, I'm not sure what you're saying. I cannot read that. I apologize. David Merling, Free Campsites has an app for Android. Oh, huh. I didn't know that. I don't have Android though. Wish they would have one for the iOS devices. Reese's World. Hey, Reese. Aw, I love you. And that's my niece, Reese. Reese is going to have her own YouTube channel here, which I'm assuming this is yours now, Reese's World. I'm talking her into getting her own. She's a makeup queen. Although I don't know that's what your channel is going to be about. You haven't told me yet, Reese. But thank you for coming on here. Love you, girl. All right. Is that the end of the questions? Got 1 minute left. I'll take one more question. All right. So one thing really quick is in January, we have a lot of activities coming up with Escapers. If you're a part of Escapers, you might be a part of some of the annual bash or events that we're having in January over in Arizona. The other thing is the RTR. I know there are quite a few of you who have expressed interest in meeting up at RTR. I will be there for the first, I believe, 2 days, which starts on January 9th. So if you guys are interested in meeting at RTR, I will be there for the first couple of days. And we can just plan on meeting up somewhere over there. I have not looked at Bob Wells' website yet to find out if he's even announced where that is going to be. I know it's supposed to change this year, even though it's supposed to be, I believe, still in Quartzsite. But there was roughly 3,500 to 4,500 people there last year, which was quite a bit. And the BLM land out there, surprisingly, did not hold everybody. So he's going to move it. But when we find out, I'll put a post or do another live stream and let everybody know. So anyways, we can meet up then. And let's see, Angie Grace, what is your all-time favorite boondocking spots? Gosh, I don't know if I have a favorite. Well, there was one recently. I was just north of Bragg, California, on Highway 1, just as you come out of the redwoods, and there's a overlook right over there that's free, and I think I stayed there for like a week and a half. It was pretty sweet deal. So anything overlooking the ocean, I love. Tom, more cooking shows and tips would be nice. Oh, I know you guys keep asking me about that. I'm so sorry. I've had so many other things going on, but yes, I will do some more cooking videos. Anything specific, Tom? Instant Pot. Bronx M, hi, hello. Thanks for joining. All right. Well, it's 8:02. We are out of time, and I appreciate everybody getting on and joining me and all of your questions. So keep them coming, and yeah, that's it. You guys will be seeing some more Highway 1 videos here soon. All of my California trip, it was pretty amazing. So I'll probably do a compilation of the entire Highway 1 Pacific Coast Highway on my blog, so it's all kind of consolidated together. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you guys and all of your support. Have a good night.